Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great day and a great week so far. So welcome back to the channel, a channel where I make videos for my athletes, giving them tips and tricks, to help them on their journey towards their goals. So I think yesterday I had a little bit of training. I would have put in some training tonight again, but we had other responsibilities. So I thought I'd shoot this video for you guys, giving you something maybe to chew on. The idea of inspirational stories. So I think when you start out on a journey, or maybe it really depends on if you're younger. It's, starting out on a journey, usually you're younger. So, and I'm saying anything from maybe 15, 20, maybe 25-ish. So I think a lot of what you're living or what you're looking is outward. We're always looking at others, trying to find our own way, and I think identifying with what other people do. And through that, we can sometimes relate to others, to their stories, and find inspiration to that ourselves. I think that at some stage then we kind of step over or trip over the idea of wanting to inspire others the way that we were inspired and motivated. And that on a very shallow level, I guess that really works. We're just all grinding every day towards our goals. But as you get older later on, the symbolism in what you start to attach, or I at least started to attach more symbolism to the stories or the inspirational stories where I found inspiration from. So I think being relatable to the various stories that you might attach value to, I think that is something that happens to us, is if you can more easily relate to a certain individual, then maybe you feel closer to that individual in a sense of you also being able to reach that goal. I remember every now and again I would hear about, for example, this person that I thought this is somebody that's admirable. In other words, what they do, I admire the way in which they practice their craft, whichever that craft may be. And one particular person, for example, Dorian Yates, at some stage, I found out that I think his mother was South African. And strangely enough, I kind of had a sense of relatability to that. I mean, my mother's also South African, right? So, and then I noticed later on, recently, there's another athlete that also, again, people's personalities, I don't really attach value to that, more in the essence of the work that they do, in the way that they practice their craft. Them as individuals, I couldn't give less a shit about. I wouldn't even have breakfast with them. I wouldn't go on holiday with them. I really could not give a shit. The way that they practice their craft, that I admire, that I really I like. So I think maybe that's why I'm a little bit different than most people who would like to hang out with their heroes. Please save me that shit. Rather just give me what they produce. That I found value in. And again, to the inspirational story. So rather than sharing some of their life or what made them successful, that I really value that. Out of that, I will pick and choose where I would adjust maybe my actions or my mindset to get me to my goals. So that's just a little bit of an idea I thought I would share with you guys. It came into my mind, I think a week or so ago. We're sitting talking to athletes, and something came up, and it was talking about, again, just athletes and working hard and getting to your goals, and then the people that motivate or that inspire you, meeting them, it's not always the best. So I just thought I would, and I mean, I think there's people that have met me thinking I would be one way and then I was another. Liking or disliking that, again, I don't give a shit. That's up to them. They need to find their own way. If they don't like the way that I do what I do, no problem at all. Find your own way. If you run into me and by one or other chance your direction has changed a little bit to the left or to the right, either that you agree or that you disagree with me to some extent, I'm okay with either. I don't care. I was there. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there doing what you're doing. So not to take anything or maybe take nothing personally, and just focus on what you do. as I said, so when you're younger, you have this idea of looking outwards, looking at others and learning and growing from these obstacles that you're ping-ponging against, where as you get older, you start realizing that whatever you were looking for out there is actually in here. There's nothing that you will find out there useful that you don't already have in you. So that is a fact. But it's only a certain age you reach that you realize that. And if you've grafted and you worked hard enough, it seems like it's seeing more of the bigger picture just makes you a little bit more grateful, makes you a little bit more understanding of how small you are and how little of an impact we actually do have in the bigger scheme of things. So it's very humbling, and it always grounds you. So that's maybe a very crisscross idea for you guys, but I thought I'd just talk about these things. I've noticed that talking about ideas like this, going left, right, and center of it, sometimes there's things that stick out for my athletes that they remember that I don't even remember. I would speak 5-6 minutes about something with them, and then one small thing stands out for them that really means something. So I thought I would share this experience with you guys, the thought that I had, and then again, it just every time grounds me, and I'm grateful that the various experience I've had has changed and molded my perception. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.